Hi, it's Melanie Hinds, your fastest Iraqi dinar somewhere on the net. Please pray for my dog Roxy. We called the vet. They finally got back to us. They can't come till Tuesday. They said we're doing everything we can, but I don't know what to do. My husband works tomorrow and I'm home alone with the 3 dogs. So just pray for me and pray for her complete and total healing. I had a great horse riding session though. That was the positive ride of my day, right? So just pray, okay? And here's your intel summary. The biggest news I already knew was big news yesterday. Iraq BP kick off the Kirkuk oil revenue. What it says is Iraq activated its contract with British oil major BP to develop 4 Kirkuk oil fields and rehabilitate gas facilities, aiming to secure more fuel for power generations. So that was big news. And then that is affecting the oil heads for sharpest weekly drop because economies of scale, when there's a lot of oil pumping, and there is, the oil is pumping through Kurdistan. And OPEC is talking about going up to 500,000 barrels per day. And Iraq is the second largest producer of OPEC. So guys, everything's in line for oil prices to drop as Iraq does more and more oil. And then spot gold steadies as shutdown and rate cut bets boost bullion. There, everybody's looking at the U.S. and what's going on with our shutdown, what's going on with Trump trying to force Powell to reduce interest rates. He only reduced them a quarter. I don't know when the next meeting is. If anybody else does, comment down below. I'm a little distracted. I literally am. And Fun Lou's talking all about the Internal Revenue Code once this happens. And guys, I think you should talk to a CPA about how to do the taxes. I think it's going to be capital gains, but the government can do whatever they want, guys. I worked with a company that literally the government, their Medicare and the clawbacks actually put that company, very profitable company doing home care and travel nurse, out of business because they changed the tax laws retroactively and took our payroll. That actually happened. I lived through that. So the government can do whatever they want. They can change, like the new big beautiful bill. It was retroactive back to January of this year. They can do whatever they want. They can change it after this happens. So I don't think we should be talking about that yet. I think we should be praying this in. Pimpy, stability is what we're looking for in Iraq, and so far they seem to be well on track. Al-Sudani has managed to keep them from conflict, which is really good for Iraq. We hope he gets reelected. I do too. I pray for that. Their currency is now stable. They're no longer on the exotic money list. There's a lot of good things lining up fairly quickly for Iraq. Let's keep our fingers crossed that this happens a lot quicker than later. I'm agreeing with you, Pimpy. Frank 26, something is going on. We see the words I have been sharing with you for years in print now. It's exciting. The monetary reform of the Iraqi dinar doesn't have much more time. They told the citizens they're about to give them the new exchange rate. Then you got Mark Z. I've also got some other testimonials that I'm going to share towards the end, so hang until then. Mark Z says 20 billion barrels of Kirkuk oil fill reserves. BP, British Petroleum, is talking about how excited they are. They are letting the world know how wealthy Iraq is. It makes sense. If you're going to change the value, you need to let people know so they can support it with commodities and natural resources. Mountain Goat article, Al-Sudani points to historic agreement with the Kurdistan region. We waited 18 years for it. Quote, we've reached a historic agreement under which the Federal Ministry of Oil will receive crude oil produced from fields located in the Kurdistan region and export it via the Iraqi-Turkey pipeline. Can you say oil and gas law coming? Frank 26, this is not a LOP. This is the complete opposite of a LOP. Yes, he's saying that again. I have a, I'll just show you here. It's not a LOP. It's going to come off the exchange rate. It's easier for me to just tell you and give you a visual, because right now it's still this number. This is papered 1 USD to 1310. That's the average rate you always hear. That's paper, right? To get the Iraqi dinar per USD rate, you take the 1 USD divided by the 13. I know it's backwards. That's YouTube's problem, not mine. When you divide 1 USD divided by the 1310, you get 0.0076. That's what it's showing on Google, the IQD to USD, meaning it's less than a penny, right? It's 0.0076. When they take it off, I've always said, that's why this is here. No LOP, Okay, that means no lop. They're going to take it off the exchange rate with, if they took off 3 zeros, it would be 0.76. If they took off 3 zeros. But then we had the CBI article that everybody was up in arms about because they said when you did the math, they were taking off 2 zeros. And then we had that translator who they said, if you wait, you can get a housing loan because they got free land. You can get a housing loan to build a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house, or you can wait and build a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a 2-car garage. He waited. He did close on that loan, but they were hushed about the rate. The digital dinar came out. We followed that. We're still following the digital dinar because that is what's running this new fancy dancy digital banking system that Iraq is based on, run by AI, and all of America is doing that too. The banks look the same on the inside. It doesn't matter what the moniker of the bank is. It doesn't matter what they say to you. They're still the same on the inside, all going to be run by AI. They're just getting all the pieces in place. Ow, just hit my thing. So I hope you understand that. If not, please subscribe, tap the bell. I go through these details often, and I do live streams where you can ask questions. I'll be live in the morning at 9 if you want to get on my live stream, because it's Saturday. You can get in and ask me a question. I'm going to need the distraction tomorrow because my husband has to go into work. I say, can you get out of work? It's very hard to do this when my husband's working. It really is hard. Thankfully, he gets home early tomorrow, but just... pray for me, guys. I'm trying to do this, help you, and hate this stuff. Frank 26. So yeah, it was not a lop. He says security and stability is stronger in your monetary reform because of the United States of America. Guys, I love my country. I'm proud of my country, but Iraq was sovereign before Trump ever got in office. Is Trump pushing this? Yes, because he knows what to do with it. Because we have 35 million, billion, I don't know, dollars worth of Iraqi dinar. Claire, Al-Sudani, I seek to form the next government and my coalition enjoys popular acceptance. Quote, Al-Sudani indicated that his alliance, the Reconstruction and Development Coalition, enjoys a clear support which qualifies to win the largest number of seats in the elections, stressing his efforts to form the next government so that I can continue implementing the project. Pimpy, with all these great things happening in Iraq, what always happens that comes up and screws everything up? It's the elections. I know. And so they're going to start promoting their elections on October 11th. It'd be great to have this done before now. The other thing is, I'm going to read this one. This is Mark Z from yesterday. Tomorrow is the equivalent of July 4th in Iraq, isn't it? So could the 3-day weekend that they're experiencing there be referring to Iraq and not us? Mark Z said, yes, it's a national day. National Day is an eternal station for the renewal of the pledge of sovereignty and unity. They need to be sovereign. What would be a great way to celebrate your sovereignty if you have a currency that has a value that's greater than the US dollar and not toilet paper? I'm just saying. It is similar to our July 4th. A lot of people are pointing towards it as a great day to celebrate. I stopped looking at specific dates for the RV to stay off the roller coaster, but it would be a great day to do it. That was Mark Z as of last night. Here we are towards the end of the day today. It's 4:19 p.m. as the time I'm recording this. Sandy Ingram, they're arguing about the IRS, right? It said the IRS does not deal in who said, he said, she said. You will be legally responsible for any and all capital gains taxes. Basically, nobody knows how it's going to be taxed. I'm saying the government could change and retroactively tax it however they want. So why don't we just wait and see instead of talking about that? But whatever they do, however they choose to do it, whether it's ordinary, I doubt it's ordinary income. I'm pretty sure it's going to be short-term or long-term capital gains, depending on how long you've been holding it. That's the only reason why you need your receipts, in my opinion, because the banks are going to verify this. So the reality is the CBI doesn't want anybody buying dinars anymore. I know. They don't want to sell any more dinars because, but guys, so here's the deal. I was talking to my friend Rebecca, and she said a friend of hers had called his bank and said that they would give him $2.31 for his dinar. Okay, that was yesterday. What did they do? They decided not to do that, but I'm just saying, this is so close. Somebody said that they called a bank in Houston. They said, we see the rate, but we can't do anything about it. So guys, just keep your faith up there. And I hope you'll subscribe and tap the bell. And again, just pray for my dog, Roxy. This is going to be annoying tomorrow. My husband can't get out of his work. I'm trying to get back to all your emails before sundown, and hopefully I'll give you a nice horse video that you can watch. And again, pray for my dog, Roxy. She's 12 and a half. We need to know what to do. She's still happy, positive. You know, we wouldn't want to, you know, she doesn't seem to be in any pain. That's the problem. So anyways, and let me just look and see if there's anything else. Oh, Lord. Yeah, people are saying it's already done. People are saying it's revalued, but I can't give you any secure evidence other than the Holy Spirit told me it was done 3 years ago, which means it's going to happen at some point. We just don't know when. What else? I don't know. That's what I got for you. What do you think? Comment down below. And again, pray for my dog Roxy so we know what to do. Amen. God bless. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the live stream. Hope you have a happy Sabbath, whatever you're doing. What are you doing for dinner tonight? I have no idea. Really not that hungry, right? I fasted until I got home from the barn. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.